Ayo bros, how are you? Your brother Paul, the handsome god from Handsome Sex God. Bros, I haven't posted in a while and I wasn't feeling so motivated. I wasn't feeling so full of energy. I'd actually just come back from my cousin's wedding and just after the wedding, like I had 2 plates of food at the wedding. It was like these big pounds of meat. And afterwards I had cereal that same evening when I got back home. Then in the morning, I was just shitting, crapping, and I just didn't feel good. Then that feeling of not goodness went on for, maybe let's say about, I think like 7 days or something, 7 days. And just yesterday, it kind of stopped actually. It actually stopped yesterday. So yeah, during that whole period, I was just listening to Alan Watts, and I don't know what it is, bros. I don't know what it is, but every time when I got like sick or something, and it's very rare. It's like once a year that I get sick or something, maybe. And then there would be this transformation on the other side. Like I would learn something big. And then I would get back into the swing of life and like have this huge revolutionary butterfly change. So what I learned this time from this, the fallout of this nuclear bomb, wasn't that big actually. It felt pretty big, but it wasn't really big. So how to get your motivation, how to get your mojo, okay? So I tried to write. I couldn't write lyrics or raps or anything like that. I made one song, Earthquake, so that was one song that I made, but I mean, other than that, I couldn't write stuff, okay? And I know those are some amazing lyrics that I made. So, for those of you who are new to the channel and don't know, I have 2 channels. So there's this one that you're watching right now, and the other one is my music channel. So that's where I posted that Earthquake song. If I remember, I'm not promising, but if I remember, I'll put it in the link. I'll put the description in the link. I'll put the link in the description. So, motivation, okay? If you're gymming, right? How do you get motivation or whatever, okay? It's if you can see a mental picture of your life, of you, right? Of your experiences. If you can experience this mental picture of your future, okay? So I was laying in bed on my mattress there upstairs. I'm downstairs in the hall now, as you can see. And I saw this picture of me being flown out to France. Like someone discovered my music and a lot of people started listening to it. And I had like a bunch of fans in France. Okay. And it's just what came to me easiest. Whatever comes to you naturally, whatever comes to your mind, you can just roll with it because your brain's putting these ideas to you and you just roll with it. Because that's going to be easiest to visualize, okay? Easiest for you to experience, okay? So here, this dude flies me out of France. It's like, yo, let me take care of it. We got a sold out show for you, like 1,000 people that like your music, and they want to see you. They want to see you perform, fans, okay? And so we flew me, stepped inside the plane, and landed in France, okay? And now this whole thing is unraveling in my head, seeing the visuals and stuff like that. And by the fucking way, if you have an issue with seeing visuals when your eyes are closed or whatever, or when you're laying down or visualizing stuff, whatever, one thing that will help you a lot is if you meditate more, okay? If you meditate a lot. And because when you're meditating, right, you're tempted to go into a daydreaming state. You're tempted to go into a daydreaming state. So it kind of makes at least for me, I find that it makes my brain kind of hungry for pictures. Okay, so you meditate and you abstain. Okay, you abstain from seeing visuals. You abstain from hearing words. You abstain from everything. You're just like in a state of non-dualism. Just like, and it's beautiful. Okay, and then when you come out of it, okay, just the pushing part to getting there, whatever. It's not that you push. You don't push. Okay, but sometimes it can feel like that kind of. Okay, so that kind of gives you that taste for life. Okay, you kind of like, I can't wait to do this and I can't wait to do that, and I'm so excited. Let me check my alarm, which you shouldn't do. I did it this time. Actually, you shouldn't do that. So I'm like, okay, there's still an hour left, or there's still an hour, 20 minutes left until my meditation session is over. So go back. It's just much better when you don't check it. So I visualized this. I didn't even feel like fucking visualizing. I was just exploring. I don't know. I was in another world, okay? Just in another universe. Maybe it was this one, in a parallel version. Whatever the fuck, okay? So I experienced that. And then afterwards, bros, when my this was before my meditation session, when I just woke up in the morning and I started experiencing this. So my alarm went off for me to go and meditate, which is 5 a.m. So I got up and then I went to go meditate. Now, as I was going there, then I felt more motivated. Okay. When I meditated, now Cal Newport in his book, Deep Work, he speaks about something called UTT, that's unconscious thought theory. And what that is when you, let's say, okay, basically in this lab or the study or whatever the fuck, they took these people and they gave them these puzzle games or something. No, they gave them some mathematical equation thing, and then they're like, okay, yo, figure this shit out. The people started working on it. They were like, working on it, trying to figure it out. And then they paused them. There were two groups. So the first group, they paused them and they said, okay, come play this puzzle game or this fun game, whatever the fuck. It's marshmallows and stuff and they're having fun. I don't know about the marshmallows. They're just having fun. And it's a light, easy, on the mind game. Then the second group was just going on with the mathematical puzzle, trying to figure it out. Okay, straight through. And then they brought the first group back to the mathematical equation. Okay, so the first group apparently did better on the mathematical thing than the people who were just like hammering away at it. Okay, trying to just hammer away at it. And what was said is, apparently, the subconscious brain, when it was they were like brought to this easy puzzle thing, their subconscious brain was busy working and detailing out that issue, that mathematical equation, right? So when they came back to it, the thing had kind of adapted and then it was easier for them. So that's the kind of sleep on it type of theory, apparently. How do you say? Yeah. You with something, then you sleep on it, then you come back to it. Like, I think it was either Albert Einstein or Thomas Edison, one of the two. He used a similar thing. Like, you'd be working with a mathematical thing, and then you'd like just fall asleep right in his lab or something, and then just like, and then there was this device where there's this metal thingy by his feet, and if he fell asleep, in his hand he had this ball, this metal ball or something, and then if he fell asleep fully, it would drop, and then it would, and then he would wake up from his mini slumber, and he'd be like, oh, okay, then he start going again. And some crazy issues. But that's unconscious thought theory, okay? So while he was resting, his brain subconscious sorted that stuff out. He would just let himself doze off and then come back to it. So how I utilized this, okay? I had visualized that thing. I visualized it. And then I started meditating afterwards, right? So I was pre-framed. My brain was pre-framed. Or what's it? There's an effect. It's called, it'll come to me now. the priming effect, okay? It's the priming effect, okay? The first thing you do in the morning, the first thing you do when you wake up, it shapes the rest of the day. And the last thing that you do when you go to sleep, it kind of affects the next day as well. So it's the priming effect, and I don't know, I can't remember what the other one is. So I did my visualization thing. Then after meditating, in the meditation thing, I saw pieces of that visualization experience. And then words came to me, like words for a song, which hadn't happened in a while, actually. And it just started coming to me. And what seems to have happened, bros, is that now that my brain realized there was a purpose for this ammunition to be produced, for the lyrical AK-47 or the lyrical whatever, okay, it now started producing, okay. And I noticed the same thing with previously when I was on my biggest rapping spree, and I was like boom, 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 coming up with all these fucking beautiful songs, all these gorgeous masterpieces. That was when I saw the whole picture with me as if it was already here. Like Conor McGregor, like he spoke about himself having the 2 belts. Before he even had a single belt, he was already flaunting the 2 visualized belts in front of everyone's face. Okay. So back then, when I was visualizing, I don't even want to call it visualizing, because that kind of puts a screen to it. That kind of blocks it off, kind of. Fuck that. I think a better way of describing what you're experiencing is kind of an inner experience. I'll call it an inner experience, because it's more than just visual. Like if you're really in it, you're hearing sounds, you're smelling things, you're seeing stuff, you're experiencing feelings, you're feeling, okay, you're feeling good, you're talking to people, okay. So I wouldn't want to call it visualizing. I wouldn't want to, but I understand that it's helpful to have a term for it, a one-worded term for it. So that gave me a fuck ton of motivation. That gave me motivation. Okay, I wouldn't say a fuck ton, but no, wait, it did. Yeah, last time it did give me a fuck ton of motivation, to be scientifically specific about the number. Made a huge fucking difference, okay? And now I'm picking up from where I left off, okay? And I'm going beyond the fucking clouds, okay? So, what else is there to say that will help you guys? What else can I add? Yeah, seeing other people who are doing it already, and people who came from a situation similar to you. That's gonna help your brain as well. So, for example, one thing that really ignited the spark was I watched this thing by a guy named Brandman Sean. Shout out to you, bro. And he spoke about this guy who got noticed off of his talent. Okay, he got noticed from his talent. He got noticed because he was so good at what he does. Okay. So his name's Dominic Fike. I think, yeah, Dominic Fike. Or Dominic Fick. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. So shout out to you too, dude. So this dude got noticed because he was so fucking good. Okay, so fucking good. At I don't know if it was his singing or his rapping, but I know I heard one of his songs. I heard a couple of his songs. His singing is pretty fucking good. Singing is, yeah, I could hear that on the radio. Okay, I could imagine that on the radio. So this dude getting so popular because of his talent, that was motivational to me. My brain linked that, whoa, I keep working on my talent. I keep putting this part in. I can also get noticed off of my skill. Okay, I can also get noticed off of my talent. And it's just like this, bros. If you imagine the parallel opposite, kind of, if someone is kind of like, yo, they hear about, I don't know, injuries in some kind of sport, okay, and they're like, yo, something happened to this dude and something happened to that dude, and this dude and that dude. And then when you play that sport, how do you feel? Your brain is kind of linking these together, and it's like, yo, you in that same position as so and so. If you keep doing so and so, you can end up like so and so. You can end up with your ankle like whatever the fuck, something negative, okay? And then the same with something positive, okay? So if some dude, like I used the example of Dominic Fike and how that motivated me, I'm now more, I can connect the dots, and the stars kind of align in a sense for my mind, where it's like, this nigga got noticed, okay? I can also get noticed like that. And I'm like, wow, okay. And the more people that you see that are similar, in a similar position to you, and you see them succeed in some way, and you see like, oh, so and so happened, such and such happened, he got, some people shared his video or some shit like that, okay? Because of so and so, then you're like, aha, if I do the cause, if I create that cause, I can have that similar effect, okay? That's motivation for you. And then you, through that, you visualize through that channel, okay? And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to write a song, and then I'm going to visualize, like what I did last time, some time back, was I was walking around the park with music, playing this music in my head, through my earphones, and seeing things right in front of me, like seeing myself performing for people like right in front of me, and the music is playing, and it's that music that when the music plays, you see a movie, you see this movie in your mind's eye when the music plays. So I'll play like some successful music that'll talk about how much money I have or some shit like that, or how many great cars I have. And I'll imagine these fucking cars, and I'll imagine rapping and people with cameras, and I see the cameras and I feel the feeling of, oh, here I am at an actual party place that is dedicated to me, handsome God, and all my fans here, all my people, and everybody's bougie as fuck, and everybody's dressed up, and everybody is, my God, people are wealthy as fuck, and so am I. I'm a billionaire. Whatever it takes to live forever in a utopia. I love you, bros. See you.